Now, let's see what we can find to eat in this garden. This is where I grow my food. So if we bend down here, this is a beetroot that I have pulled from the garden. Can you see this? A beetroot is what we call a root vegetable because we eat the root. Whereas the green vegetables that you can see, we eat the leaves of those vegetables. That is green chard. And if we look here, this is a sunflower, and we eat the seeds of the sunflower once the seeds have dried out. Maybe the birds will eat them before I eat them. We'll have to find out. And going round the corner here, we eat the fruit of this plant. This plant is a courgette. And here, if I delve down, there is the shiny courgette, which we can fry and put into stews. But before we have the courgette fruit, we have the yellow flower. First the yellow flower, and then the courgette. Courgettes sometimes are yellow, but these ones are green. And then, over here, we have a very, very tiny squash. It's tiny because earlier this year, everything was very dry. Right now, it's quite wet. In fact, it's trying to rain as I talk to you. But we'll carry on. Here, we have got strawberry plants. There were quite a few strawberries and they have been eaten, but these are the plants making the strawberries for next summer. And if I look up, can you see the one blackberry there? It's a black currant, and I've picked most of those black currants and they're now in my freezer so I can eat those during the year. But here, I'm still picking these and eating them. These are raspberries. Can you see the raspberry? And these are the raspberries that I picked earlier today. Here they are. And I pick about that many each day. Now, if we walk a little bit further, what can we see? I've taken the netting back so that you can see more clearly. We can see kale. We can see curly kale, and we can see kale that is not curly. It's a green vegetable. It's meant to be very good for you. We'll see. This is, I like looking at this as much as anything else. This is red chard. You can see why it's called red, because it's got a red stem and it's got red veins. And you eat that a little bit like spinach. Now here, this really is, let me just see if I can get to it. Here we are. This really is a spring plant. I'm going to pull out a stem. Oh! This is a stem of rhubarb, and it's the stem we eat. We don't eat the leaf because the leaf is not good for us, but we do eat the stem, and you can make jam with the stem. Right, let's move on over here. Look at this little tree, and it is little, but it's so heavy with fruit that it's bending right over and practically touching the ground. Let's see if any of this fruit is ready to come off. Are you ready to come off? No? Oh, yes, that one was ready to come off. It came off very easily. And I might just eat that one. So I've got some beetroot to eat tonight, some raspberries, and